Liverpool transfer news. Italian giant looks to pile misery on Reds with Van Dijk swoop. As the football season hurtles toward its conclusion, Liverpool finds itself in a familiar position, grappling with transfer rumors that could alter the course of its future. For a club with such a storied history, the current landscape at Anfield is increasingly filled with uncertainty. The club faces the potential of losing another key player for free during the summer transfer window, following in the footsteps of players like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mohamed Salah. The name on everyone's lips right now is Virgil van Dijk, one of the most commanding defenders in world football, who could soon leave the Reds after several seasons of impressive performances at the heart of Liverpool's defense. There have been growing whispers that Inter Milan, the Italian football powerhouse, is poised to make a move for Van Dijk as a free agent this summer. This would be a devastating blow to Liverpool, as they could be forced to watch their captain walk away without receiving any transfer fee in return. The latest reports suggest that Inter's president, Beppe Marotta, is spearheading the club's pursuit of Van Dijk. With the Dutch centre-back's contract due to expire at the end of the season and no agreement yet reached over an extension, it appears that Liverpool may be on the verge of losing one of its most influential players. Dijk's importance to Liverpool cannot be overstated. The towering defender has been the bedrock of Liverpool's defense since his arrival from Southampton in January 2018. His leadership, defensive solidity, and ability to read the game have made him one of the best central defenders in the world. Under his stewardship, Liverpool secured their 6th European Cup in 2019, their first-ever Premier League title in 2020, and numerous other honors, solidifying their place among the elite clubs of Europe. To lose such a player for nothing would be a massive blow to Liverpool's future ambitions, especially as the club seeks to return to the top of both domestic and European football. Virgil van Dijk's contract impasse. What does the future hold? Van Dijk's current contract with Liverpool is set to expire at the end of the 2024-2025 season, and negotiations for a new deal have yet to produce a concrete result. While the player has expressed his desire to remain at Anfield for the foreseeable future, the lack of progress on his contract extension has led to growing speculation about his future. Early in the 2024-25 campaign, Van Dijk indicated his intention to stay at Liverpool, saying that he wanted to extend his stay on Merseyside. At both teams, Liverpool and the Dutch national team, I am still Virgil van Dijk, the big leader, and I certainly want to remain that for the next 2 years, Van Dijk said during the opening stages of the campaign. However, in the wake of Liverpool's Champions League elimination by Paris Saint-Germain, the Dutch defender's outlook seemed less certain. "I don't even know what will happen next year. If anyone says they do know, they are lying to your face," he admitted after the loss to PSG, hinting that there is still much to be decided regarding his future at the club. This sudden change in tone has raised eyebrows, while Van Dijk's comments about his uncertain future could simply reflect frustration at the recent setbacks. They also open the door for speculation about a potential exit. His admission that he does not know what the future holds suggests that discussions with Liverpool over a new contract may not be progressing as smoothly as originally anticipated. Given that Van Dijk will turn 34 in the summer of 2025, the prospect of a new challenge in a different European league could appeal to him. A move to Inter Milan, for instance, would represent a fresh opportunity for the Dutchman to test himself in Italy's Serie A, one of Europe's top leagues. Inter Milan, known for its strong defensive tradition, would be an ideal destination for a player of Van Dijk's caliber. With their current squad already featuring some top-class defenders, adding Van Dijk to the mix could make Inter a formidable force in European football for years to come. Inter Milan's pursuit of Van Dijk. Why it makes sense. Inter Milan's interest in Virgil van Dijk is no surprise. The Italian giants have long been known for their pragmatic, defensively minded approach to the game, and the addition of a world-class center-back like Van Dijk would further solidify their defensive unit. Under the stewardship of coach Simone Inzaghi, Inter has established itself as one of the top teams in Italy, winning Serie A and reaching the final of the UEFA Champions League in recent seasons. With a core of experienced players and an ambitious project, Inter could offer Van Dijk the chance to win more major trophies and test his abilities in a different league. Inter Milan's president, Beppe Marotta, is a shrewd operator who has made several high-profile signings over the years. Marotta knows that landing a player of Van Dijk's stature on a free transfer would be a coup for the club, especially considering the financial constraints that many top European clubs are facing. If Van Dijk becomes available for free, Inter would be in a prime position to negotiate a deal that works for both parties. Given the ongoing uncertainty surrounding Van Dijk's contract situation, Inter Milan could look to make an official approach in the summer transfer window. The Nerazzurri would likely offer Van Dijk a lucrative contract, one that could tempt him to leave Liverpool after 6 seasons of success. This would be a bitter pill for Liverpool to swallow, especially given the defender's importance to the Bayern team and the lack of transfer fee they would receive in return. Liverpool's struggles in the transfer market. A changing landscape. The possibility of Van Dijk's departure is just one of several challenges Liverpool faces in the transfer market. With several key players nearing the end of their contracts or having already entered the final year of their deals, Liverpool will need to act swiftly to ensure they retain their top talent and avoid losing more players for free in the future. One of the most prominent names on the transfer radar for Liverpool has been Martin Zubimendi, the Spanish midfielder currently playing for Real Sociedad. Liverpool had reportedly made Zubimendi their principal transfer target last summer, only for the midfielder to opt against a move to Anfield and remain at his boyhood club. This decision was a blow to Liverpool, as they had hoped to strengthen their midfield with the highly rated Spaniard. Zubimendi's technical ability, vision, and intelligence on the ball made him a perfect fit for Liverpool's style of play under Jurgen Klopp. However, despite Zubimendi's earlier decision to stay with Real Sociedad, the Spanish international is now widely expected to make a move to the Premier League in the summer. Arsenal, who were heavily linked with Zubimendi in January, are reported to be leading the race for his signature, with many reports suggesting that a deal with the Gunners is already in place. Real Madrid has also shown interest in the midfielder, adding further competition for his signature. As it stands, Liverpool does not appear to be rekindling its interest in Zubimendi. The club has instead turned its attention to other midfield targets, with Ryan Gravenberch emerging as a key figure in the squad. Gravenberch, who was brought in from Bayern Munich during the last transfer window, has impressed since being deployed in a holding midfield role, excelling in the absence of other key players. While Gravenberch's performances have been encouraging, the loss of Zubimendi remains a missed opportunity for Liverpool. A rocky road ahead for Liverpool. As the summer transfer window approaches, Liverpool is facing a difficult period of transition. The potential departure of Virgil van Dijk to Inter Milan would be a major blow to the club's ambitions, leaving them with a huge void to fill at the heart of their defense. To lose one of the best defenders in the world for free would be a disastrous outcome for a club that is already struggling to maintain its place at the top of English and European football. For now, Liverpool's fans can only wait and hope that their club can secure a contract extension for Van Dijk before the summer. If not, the club will have to find a way to replace a player who has been integral to their success in recent years. In the meantime, rumors surrounding other potential departures, such as Martin Zubimendi, continue to swirl, leaving Liverpool fans with more questions than answers. The summer of 2025 could mark a pivotal moment in the club's history, as Liverpool navigates the uncertain waters of the transfer market, with Van Dijk's future at the club hanging in the balance. How the Reds respond to these challenges will determine the trajectory of their squad moving forward, and whether they can once again compete for major honors on both the domestic and European stage.